Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm a rebel. Wouldn't you like to be a rebel too?
Wouldn't you like to be a rebel too?
And
Be a rebel.
we are going to be covering,
Fight
we as in
against
Scott
the
and I.
empire. Be a rebel. Fight against the empire.
Wow, turning this into like cop rock. That old show that someone
Yes,
thought
that
would work.
lasted like 4 episodes.
Yeah, like 3. And like, what are they doing? They're singing? Huh? We're going to be doing our top Scotch, no, American.
Top 5 Scotch, no Scotches.
It's not just
top
Scotch.
5 Scotch.
It's
World Whiskies.
World Whiskies, our Saturday show.
Yes.
On Saturdays, we do our. It started off originally as Scotch, and then it turned into Whiskeys of the World, other than Canada and America and like Mexico.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, we
Our
do
America's
America's Whiskey Wednesday.
Which we did a top 5.
Right. We've done a top
So,
5 on that. So now
Let me
it's
point out though,
Scotch
Bart
and other
has
areas.
we are consuming, and I can smell Bart's choice of Scotch
Let's just say he can smell my number 1.
from a ways away.
Ah, he can smell
Guess
my
we'll
number
have to
1.
wait to see what it is.
So, my dog's moving around. Karina's moving around, so you may
Yes,
see
I
her.
use. Come here.
Hi. Hi.
There she is.
There
We
you
haven't seen
go.
Karina for a
Now, we're
while.
also on the new set. However, I don't have blinds yet. We were having a huge glare problem,
Yes,
so
I know.
excuse the
Get out.
cardboard that I put in the windows. I know it's low rent,
Yeah,
but you didn't want to see the glare. And
we had
the
to control
beard.
the glare. So
Yeah. Now, you kicked off last round. You want me to kick off? Or do you
let's
want
say
to
that
do
real
this?
quick. We didn't cover. These are scotches that we had last year.
Right, in
So
2015.
this isn't an all-encompassing.
Yes, it's not an
every
exhaustive
Scotch available
list.
to the
Yes,
world.
God knows they don't send us, nor do we even get close to trying everything.
And
that
I don't think
comes
you
out
could.
the year. Some
But-
people could. I don't think we could.
So these are individual. Bart's got his top 5 scotches that he's picked from the ones we reviewed this year, and I've got
Bingo.
my top 5. Are they the same?
I guarantee they're not the
I
same.
guarantee it. they're not the
Guarantee
same.
it, because I am a huge fan of the Smokies,
Hmm.
and you. Not that you don't like them, but you're not a huge fan. All right. Do you want to kick off the list, or do you want me to start?
You just said you was going to since I went first
I
with
was.
the last
You
one.
went first with the last one. Mine cycled off. Number 5 to me, for me on this list, was a surprise, a complete and utter surprise. I was in our friendly neighborhood liquor store, and I saw an Indian whiskey, en route. To be specific, en route Fusion.
Fusion, which means nectar.
It means nectar. Yeah, it doesn't mean.
No, it does mean nectar. You said it means passion, and then you were corrected. You just made
Yes, Herman.
You just made some stuff up when we were filming, which you do
No,
often.
Herman had mentioned it, and I'd read it, and then like a week or 2 went by, and we're on camera, and I just kind of vapor locked, and Herman had said that en route means nectar, which is like the nectar of the gods, or kind of like the whole idea of water of the gods. And for some reason, I said en route means passion. And he came on and like loud yelling, typing. No, I did not say
All
passion.
caps,
Yeah,
yeah.
yelling,
nectar,
typing. Yeah,
nectar.
it's nectar. So, and Herman also commented on our dress, which is why I'm wearing a sport coat today. He's Canadian, so there you go. But en route Fusion. There's a couple things that happened with en route. First, I think it was one of the first, if not the first, whiskeys we did for our Saturday show that wasn't pure Scotch, that wasn't from Scotland, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
If
I'm not
if
sure
it
which
wasn't,
one
it was
if we had
close. And we
We
got a
made-
lot of comments about way to branch out, way to try different things. And I think I spent, $70, $80 on it. You commented like, wow, a year ago before we started this show, did you think, without ever tasting it, you would drop $80
On an
on
Indian
an
whiskey.
Indian whiskey. Nothing against India, but they just weren't known for their single malts.
And we hadn't had it before, so we didn't know what to expect.
It's not like I had it at a tasting. I hadn't seen anybody review it. I thought, you know what? I want to try it. We need to try something.
Well, in fact, I was with you when you bought it. We went to my house.
Yes.
And we cracked it open, and even I was surprised by it.
Extremely pleasantly surprised. En route fusion. If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Broaden your horizons.
Now it did not make my list. I did consider it.
Gotcha.
It's
My
very
number
good.
5.
I don't even need to look. I remember.
My number 5, en route fusion.
My number 5, Tomatin 18 year.
Mm-hmm.
Value wise and taste wise. And I was just looking and talking to. I was in the liquor store the other day, and the guy was looking for a Scotch, and we were talking, and I'd pointed out the Tomatin 18 to him, and a few other 18 years, and the Tomatin at our liquor store in our area is $69.99.
Yeah, great. I need 5 of them.
And these other 18-year Scotches were coming in $119, $129, $139.
Right.
And it's been in sherry casks. It is full of flavor. It's delicious.
It's phenomenal.
Very surprising. You won't find a better 18-year Scotch for the money. And I'm just an 18-year Scotch. It's delicious. This year, though, we tested several from the Tomatin range, but the 18 probably my favorite.
Yeah. I mean, in 2016, right over our shoulder here, you got I always say it wrong, the Kubakan?
Kubokan?
Kubokan?
What do you say? Kubakan?
Yeah,
Could be.
I made it sound like it's from Marco Polo. Kubaka.
That's like Chupacabra.
Yeah, Chupacabra. Goat suck.
We got the Chupacabra Scotch.
Bingo.
I'm surprised you didn't say that because you just say wrong stuff all the time. We got the Chupacabra
The
from
pommel.
Tomatin.
The pommel. Now, I'm not saying too much on this because my number 4, Tomatin 18.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I could get the sherry on the nose as soon as we popped the cork. I was like, whoa, this is sherry. And we hadn't read anything on it. Everything you said, I agree with 100%. The flavor is phenomenal. The value is unbelievable. I mean, I'm like, wow. So you talk about a fair deal. If you guys haven't tried Tomatin, I mean, you can start with the 12 and you're going to get a real nice malted flavor. You can go up to the 14, which I love, that almost made this list, which is port wine cask. But jump on up. If you like sherry, get the 18. You will not be upset. You will be pleasantly surprised. Enough said, that's my number 4.
Surprising. It's good.
Yeah.
Close.
Yep.
My number 4 is back behind us, and I hate to differentiate, but Yamazaki. You took the en route from India. I take the Yamazaki from Japan.
The 18?
And really, I'm referring to the 12. It's what I've got, and I've had several times. The 18 was delicious. Now, the thing is with the 18, it's fairly rare and expensive. I've never seen it on the shelf. That one you got from Texas.
Yeah.
Your mom found it in a liquor store down there.
Thank you, Mom.
And it has some definite sherry notes to it.
Huge.
Side by side, it was better, but availability wise and what you can go to the store and find, just the Yamazaki 12. But I mean, either one.
18.
Yeah. Side by side, if you offered me either one, I'd take the 18 definitely. So.
Definitely. It's sherry.
And that's one of those, talking about the world whiskeys and when we branched out to the Indian whiskeys. And actually, the Yamazaki started because in 2013, it won Jim Murray's World Whiskey of the Year, the Yamazaki Sherry Cask.
Right.
It was never sold in the States, however.
Right. That is true.
So, the first bottle that I found, and I hadn't seen any Yamazaki locally ever. And then all of a sudden I was in the liquor store one day and right there on the shelf was the Yamazaki 12. So I picked it up.
Because we'd had it a Hakushu, but we've never had the blended Hibiki, have we?
We have not had Hibiki.
Right. I almost grabbed it and then the price jumped and we were just doing other things.
Yeah. Now there's the Hibiki 12, but it's been replaced by the NAS one, and I can't remember what it's called. And I've seen both actually locally.
But it's good. And if you see either one, give them a shot.
The Japanese whiskeys, and we've even had some comments, or I've seen comments about people that think Scotch. I mean, people that don't even drink Irish whiskeys and they're not branching out to Japanese whiskeys or Indian whiskeys. I think
Really?
Scotch is it.
Huh.
And I mean, there's other great whiskeys out there to try. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we're all about that.
Yeah.
That's the journey we're on. We're on a journey. We're on a quest. We're on a quest to try all these different whiskeys. And it's a beautiful and awesome quest. It is. We're on a quest. Speaking of that, number 3. Boy, howdy, this could be higher. The Port Charlotte Scottish barley. I like it a little bit more than the Isla barley. Isla barley is a little bit more expensive. It's in the white can, whereas the Port Charlotte Scottish barley is in more of the gray can. They're very close, but I did have them head to head, and it's going to be heavily smoky. It's heavily peated, delicious, and to me, the Scottish barley is a little bit more rounded over the actual Isla barley. I love the fact that the farmer's growing the barley right on
They're doing
island.
it all themselves.
Right, it's
aren't
all
they?
right there. There's like 6 different farmers that they'll source from in Isla.
Now we've only reviewed one though. Was that the Scottish barley?
Yes, yeah.
We've got the Isla barley to
No, I
you
took
might have
it.
to buy another one.
I took it to the Scotch tasting at BGG and it got destroyed. The other 2 times I ran a tasting there, I always brought back something, especially a peated, because most people would be like, "Whoo,
Oh, yeah.
that thing got killed." And I was like, "Whoa!" So
Now I'm going to hazard a guess what you're going to see with Bart's top 5 list are peated whiskeys.
kind of.
I'll hazard a guess you might see a sherry tainted list with mine.
Yes, I would agree with that. Although I got a surprise for you in there as well. But that is my number 3, the Port Charlotte peated whiskey. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful job, Brett Lottie. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm still branching out with my number 3,
Branch, baby, branch.
Redbreast, 12-year Irish whiskey. You would not believe it's a 12-year whiskey when you have it. It tastes more like a 15-year. It really does.
It was like number 6.
Yeah. And I heard you discussing and talking about your list, and you had it in there and it got bumped out.
Yeah, it kept just slightly getting pushed. It got pushed.
And actually, I went to the liquor store the other night, and I was kind of in the mood for some sherry stuff, and I was debating back and forth, and I went with another bottle. I didn't even consider the Redbreast, and then it was a day or 2 later, and I was like, man, the Redbreast. I should have got the Redbreast. It's just got just a hint of sherry, I think, to it.
Yeah. Oh, it's delicious. It's high quality. And what's funny is, what made me even buy that first bottle of Redbreast, you know this, why?
I don't remember.
Mark Gillespie's show.
Oh, right.
Those great commercials that
Yeah,
run on there
it's
where the
one of
guys
the
like,
sponsors.
and they're popping the cork like, boom,
Yeah.
Redbreast. Yes. You know, I was about ready to try an Irish accent. You don't want to hear it, but it's just phenomenal. You
Yeah.
know, they got like some old guy that's like 80 years old, like they said it was liquid gold. I'm like, I gotta have it.
It's soaked up so much of the flavor from the wood. I mean, it's just, it really is full on the palate.
It's
delicious.
a great. It's a little expensive.
For a 12-year, yeah, and
Yes,
for
I know.
because even here it's gone up at $70 to $80 range.
Yes, I know. I wish it was a little bit less, because man, I'd buy more.
In fact, is when you bought it, I had seen it and I knew Gillespie. You know, it was a sponsor on Whiskey Cast, and I couldn't bring myself to spend that much for a 12-year.
Yeah,
So
I had to
I'm like,
pull
for
it.
a 12-year, it's high.
Like
I
I
don't know.
kept talking about, they said, be careful with this one, laddie. It's liquid gold or something. I was like, I'm buying that. I got to have some of the liquid gold. Great commercial marketing. That made me want to go out and try it, and I was not disappointed. Definitely my short list on here.
Now I will tell you though too, a lot of people preach buying the Redbreast 15-year because there's like a $20 difference, and even the 15-year is so much better than the 12-year. I don't know because I haven't had it.
Dang, now we got to do
So
it.
a lot of people will preach getting the 15-year or the 12-year just for the money difference. And I know I've seen locally the 21-year Redbreast, but it's in the $300 range, and I would love to try it, but I haven't.
Wow. That's your number
3.
Wow. My number 2. We're staying in the Brook Lottie clan. All right, we're staying in the Brook Lottie, but this one's going to surprise you a little bit. No? You know
Nope,
what
I
this
know
is.
which one
All
it
right.
is. Starts with the O.
No,
Oh.
it doesn't actually. Yeah, I'm going to twist you. This is the Black Arts 4.1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's 23-year-old. It's smooth and it's kind of sherried a little bit. Not really though. It's not even sherried.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
remember.
Well, here's what happened. The year of 2014 in November, right before Thanksgiving, I'm at the Board Game Geek convention. Yes, I love board games. I'm fanatic about them. I got a ton of them. All right. I'm at this convention and I run a tasting there. And some of the publishers and different industry people know I do this, but a guy that builds these handmade gaming tables that are crazy expensive, he found out and he said, and I was told to go find him. I find him. He tells me, come here.
Does this story have
It has yeah. And I go behind his booth. He pulls out this black bottle with a pentagram on it. And I'm like, what the heck is that? I've never seen
Now
it.
you've got my attention.
Yes. And he said, this is Brooklotti. I knew what Brooklotti was. He says, this is their Black Arts. Have you ever had it? He had the 3.1. I said, I have not had it. He goes, you're going to love this. And whiskey's meant to be shared. And I'm like, you are kin. We are related, brother. All right. He said, I apologize. I don't have a glass for you, but you got to try this. And he poured it into a little bit into a paper cup. I know that was a little hard.
If you got nothing else,
He gave me a nod. He actually was wearing a tam. He gave me a nod because I covered it with my hand, opened up a little bit, and I nosed it. It was this impromptu, immediate deal, so I could capture the nose on this thing with the paper, right? And he was like, "Wow, this guy's had some scotch before." So we were kinsmen right from the get-go. All right. I smell it. It smells great. I taste it. It's phenomenal. He even comes to my tasting. I have a little bit more. He's sharing this bottle. I get online. It's about a $300 bottle. When I get home, I buy it. I couldn't get the 3.1. I got the 4.1. I try it. You try it. I overhyped it for you.
Yeah, you did. But I tried not to listen to it. I went into
I'm telling you spoilers and everything. And then you tried it. And it is phenomenal. It's what really made me a Brooklotti fan. And then this isn't smoky at all.
No.
Nothing.
No.
None. There's no peated barley. There's nothing peated.
Well, and what happens is, I think it's Jim McEwen from Brooklotti,
That's exactly right.
the master distiller. He formulates this Black Arts, and he tells nobody. Well, maybe he tells some people. I don't know. Nobody in advertising or in the whiskey industry knows what he puts.
I'm glad I tasted it because I'm anti-marketing on that. You tell me, ooh, it's a secret. Oh, we've got a pentagram on it.
That's what it is. It's a secret, and that's what some people don't like about it. They want to know what makes it up.
Right. But I had tasted it out of a paper cup the first time I had it, and I was blown away. Now, later on, I did have a nice Glencairn when we did the tasting, and I had a little bit more. But I was like, wow. And I got to admit, we're on a budget here. That was, I think, the first $300 bottle I ever purchased.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. I even shared a little bit with my wife. So,
I think, do you have any of it left, or is it all gone?
no, I have a lot left. I'm almost.
Where's it at?
It's upstairs. That one stays upstairs. It needs to come down here. It
should
really
be
does.
down.
It's got to be down here. It's tucked away, and I kind of forget about it, so I don't hit it all the time. That's why I have to hide bottles for myself. Otherwise, I'm like, a little Brooklotti, a little Black Arts. But all right, that's my number 2, the Black Arts 4.1. Although I had the 3.1 but I'd have to do them head to head to see if they're different. But the 4.1's phenomenal. Matter of fact, Bonacor, who owns Stronghold Games, picked up a bottle for this last tasting we had, and boy, did that thing go quick! Phenomenal. Did you forget? You forgot your number?
Nope,
two?
I got to make this last a little bit longer because my number 2 is Brooklotti Black
Oh,
Arts 4.1.
Wow.
So I don't have anything to talk about.
Yes, you do. Your points. What are your points?
I already did. We brought it up.
You didn't do them all. Surely you held something back. When you got something, you got to hold it back a little bit. You got to hold a little bit close to the vest, and you go like, "Here's what I think." Surely you got something.
No, I was surprised, and you brought it. You had hyped it up. You talked about it, how good it was, and I hated to fall into that and come into it the tasting when I come over the first night when we
Yeah, I
tasted
hyped it. I felt almost bad. I'm like, dude, I think I'm going to overhype it. I've overhyped this, and you're not going to like it.
And
as
I think
much.
I had talked myself into being disappointed.
Yes.
It's not going to be as good as you had
right.
said.
Yep. Because I think I called you from the convention and said, I've just tasted a
yeah, you
Bruno
did.
Scotch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This Scotch is great, but it's your
Now-
type.
I think you questioned at first when you said it, though, sherry, and there is definite sherry in it.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a while.
Yeah. I
And
can
they
remember
don't
when
say
we
what's
had it.
in there, but
No.
yeah, I believe it is a little bit sherried.
It is, from what I remember, though. Maybe we ought to go get it and have a little bit more, just to refresh my memory after we shoot.
Sounds good.
But no, just the flavor profile that was in there, and I can remember it's a 23 year, and of course it's a blend though, or I say a blend. It's a single malt, so it's all from Brook Lottie. If I was in a liquor store and had the money and it was there, I'm buying it.
Once again, I wish I had Esquire, and we had a thriving practice.
Yeah.
I will admit that is the key. I'm sorry I stole some of your thunder on that one. You thought
No,
I was going to say
that's great.
Octomore, didn't you?
Well, when you said Brook Lottie come in there, and I know you're
If you remember when I tried the Octomore,
taste
I
for
actually
that.
thought it wasn't as smoky as I expected.
yeah, and I don't think it was either.
And
Somehow
the
it
Port
mellowed.
Charlotte grabbed me more than the Octomore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the Octomore is billed as the PD, most PD Scotch,
Right. Yeah,
parts
by-
per million
yeah,
and all this
ppm,
stuff, and even
right.
I didn't think it was as strong as some
Yeah.
others. But
Now, my number one, which is in this glass, by far, head and shoulders, and strongly entrenched me in the Peathead family.
let me guess, it's a Lafroig.
It is a Lafroig, and it is a
Oh, wait.
cast strength
I was gonna
10-year.
say.
Yes.
Cask
Oh
strength.
my God. I tried this and was like, I was like, wow. Love this. I mean, I'm like a fanatic about it. I'm telling other people if
We were on
somebody,
the phone. We were on the phone
Oh.
when you sat down and tasted it.
yeah, I'm like, it was a little orgasmic.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like, you got to try this.
Oh
You
my
I'm
God. He's like,
yeah.
ugh. He was like,
Cask strength Lafroig.
Yeah. I was like, this is great. And he's like, yeah, ashtray. I'm like, no, it's phenomenal. But even you warmed up to it a little bit.
It's okay. It's good, but
It's beyond good. It's phenomenal. I'm telling you. Yeah, I've had a couple of my buddies that say, I like a little bit of the smoky. I'm like, get this. Come over to my house. I'll share it with you if you don't want to try it without tasting it. But if you like smoky, get the 10-year Lafroig cask strength. It's caramelized, it's smoky. It's got that first like a little punch, but then it softens up on you. It is phenomenal. Get it. Lafroig, you're killing me. I love what you're doing.
I can smell it.
Yeah, and he can smell it from here. He kind of knew. He's like, I know what you got in that glass. I'm like, that's right. My number one reaches out and touches
You
you.
should have gave me some of the black arts to put in
My
glass.
number one basically commits a misdemeanor against you just being in the room. Reaches out and touches you.
It's an assault. all
It's an
right.
assault, baby.
Assault
It just
and
comes out and
battery.
says, yeah. And some people are like, ooh, what
Call
you
the
got
police,
over there?
make a report,
Boom. If they come, they're going to just confiscate the evidence.
or a
That's all I'm
robbery.
Oh, no, it's delicious. All right, so that's the lead.
Now, if you noticed earlier on, I said Bart's going to trend towards the peaty
Big
scotches.
time.
I'm going to trend towards the sherry scotches.
what
And
makes
the only
us
reason
great.
I don't have my number one in my glass is because we don't have any more of it.
I'm trying to think what it would be. I really can't peg it down.
We were just talking about it. Our liquor store has it. However, it's priced pretty
I know
high.
exactly. Sorry,
And
I won't ruin it, but I know
wish-
exactly what
I
you
wish I could go buy this bottle.
Yes.
It's
your-
pretty limited.
Your whiskey fabric friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Joanne McKenna sent us
Boom. Love
Balvenie
you.
ton 1509.
It was delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
And similar to the Black Arts, and I may have even said it at the time, the flavor profile that was in there and the sherry, delicious. Now, Balvenie, they don't give any age statement with it. I don't know how old theirs is. What you do get with the ton 1509 is basically a flavor chart. that shows, and this is a special release that's put out by David Stewart of Balvenie, their master distiller, and he hand selects casks. He goes through the warehouse, use this one, take that one, take that one, after he's tasted them, after he's nosed them, and they combine all of these, and so then you get a chart basically of a flavor profile from each cask that was used that shows you if it was, oaky, if it was citrusy,
Doesn't
if it
he
was
have a good
sherry.
job?
That's a great job.
Got a
Isn't it?
great job. Can you imagine that? You're gifting that to
So-
people. You just like, and you gift it. You just like, you know what? I tasted all these, this, that. Here's a map. Here you go.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. Yeah.
Now it's higher though. Well, I know 325 to 350 range per bottle on it.
Yeah, I actually saw that at the store and I went, oh, and then Matt came over and said, Scott's been looking at that. And I said, I bet he has.
It surprised me. We've never seen that locally.
No, we haven't. He said, well, didn't you guys try this from a Canadian blogger?
I told
and I
him.
said, yeah, Whiskey Lassie, Joanne McGinnis, Whiskey Fabric sent us a sample and we reviewed it. And I said, it was expensive, but I was thinking, might as well put Bruno's name on it. And that just showed up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Delicious.
Goodness. Well, this is this is a hell of a list.
Hell of a list.
Yeah, I can't heck it. There's no heck in this
Don't
list.
shortcut it.
No, this is a hell of a list. It's been a hell of a year. This year, let's talk a
This
little
is
bit.
like a list where you say, reach in there and get my wallet. Which one is it? It's the one that says Bad Mother on it.
Wow. You just went
Just like
Pulp
that.
Fiction. You just went Pulp Fiction, Tarantino.
That's how bad this list is.
That is, it's a good list. It's a good list. You can't go wrong with these. Now, real quick, 2015 has been a great year for Scotch Test Dummies. I mean, we have probably tripled our subscribers, right?
At least.
Yeah, it's been a great year. In 2015, we added in an extra show on Wednesdays. We used to just do a show on Saturday. We added in America's Whiskey Wednesday.
We should have pulled some numbers to say how many,
Well, we might
what our
do that in the
what our
future.
views have gone up.
We might
what
do
our-
that in the future.
yeah.
I can tell you one thing that surprised us was that our leading demographic for viewers are age 25 to 34, I think, is how it's broken down on YouTube. And we're pulling in 35% of those. And then we pull in the next group up to age 44. And then the next group is, it says 18 to 24, but let's hope that that's 21 to 24. I mean, college age group. I mean, please be of legal age. I can't imagine.
Well, you could be 18 and watch them, but there's nothing that says you can't
Well, you
watch
could watch
video.
them, but I mean, come on. We are funny looking. We got cool T-shirts. All right, so it's been a great year for us, really. I mean, I think we've hit our stride, right? We've had some unbelievable whiskeys.
to you guys.
Yeah, thanks to all the viewers. Your comments are phenomenal. Just having a good time. We've even had viewers gifting us bottles and stuff. I mean, it's been a great year.
We encourage it.
Well, I mean, hey, it's been a great, great year. And several, 2 distilleries we've talked to. So, and 2016, we might even have some special viewer things in mind so we can even connect more with the viewer.
Yep.
We got to work on those. Some tech stuff we got to do. So, all right. Anything else?
That's it.
Great year, great list. Love you guys. Thanks to all the Scotch Test
right.
Dummies out there. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies.